Yo, D to the M here. And over the last couple months, I had the honor of having some of my work displayed in a very prestigious museum in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And they closed out earlier this month. I participated. I had some artwork in the Chad in Amsterdam art exhibit. And yeah, I'm very grateful that I had a chance to have my art displayed in a extremely prestigious and honorable establishment such as the Grachen Museum in the Netherlands. So, if you get a chance to go and were fortunate enough to go check that event out, then I hope you had a great time. And like I said, it was an honor for me to have some artwork displayed in such a prestigious museum as the Grachen Museum. So, yeah. And I'll be also this August 24th, I will be at Piskor in Pittsburgh with Chad in Amsterdam. Chad Bilio. Shout outs to Chad. Shout outs to Ed Piskor and Ed Piskor's family. I'm looking forward to being present for this another honorable occasion to celebrate and remember the life of Ed Piskor, a very important figure in the comic book um, community. I would dare say industry. I know for a definite fact that his collaboration with Jim Rugg on the I want to call it historical YouTube channel, cartoonistkayfabe. Among other things, his incredible work on the Hip Hop Family Tree, which is the first book of its kind when it comes to hip hop culture, which I myself was brought up in as a youth. And what I have to say about hip hop culture is that it saved a lot of youth from, I guess alternate fates, like a worst fate, because it allowed youth to express themselves, outside of the baseball field or basketball court or football field, track, whatever, the ability to express ourselves physically as well as intellectually and peacefully. And I know Ed Piskor, I don't know him, I'd never met him personally. I'm actually kind of, I mean, yeah, I am a little upset that I can't meet him again in the future. Because I know he's a cool dude. I mean, I could tell just by, his vibe on the show, content of his conversation, as well as his knowledge of the industry, and not just of the industry, not just the inside of the industry, but the processes of um, the production, as well as the not the production of the books itself, but the production, the art, the well, how do I say it? Okay, Ed was an artist, just like I am. Well, just like I strive to be. So when you're that type of creative person, you look at other creative people's stuff a lot closer than other people do. Not that other people don't, but people in in the people who want to draw comic books, we're not critical of other artists. What we are, though, is observant and attentive. When we see something we like, we ponder, right? We want to get a closer look. We're just amazed. We love it, right? There's nothing better than, as far as, comic books, is seeing not just a new work, but work that inspires you. And I think that a lot of people have been inspired by not only Ed Piskor's work, but his knowledge of the comic book industry. And I think celebrating his life rather than his unfortunate passing, like some people do, like some people are doing, like, Alex DeCampi and Ramon Villalobos, who I think your boy Zach said it best. He's not even religious, but the closest thing he can think of when it comes to the term demonic is these two individuals. And, not to send them any hate or anything, just leave them alone, let them be with themselves. That's, I think the worst or best you can do. So just let that be. And, enjoy what you enjoy, right? Okay. Right, bad things are gonna happen, and it's so unfortunate, especially somebody, I mean anybody really, but somebody who's contributed so much to an art form, and not just that, but a loving family member who will be missed. I think it's important to mention and make mention and keep mentioning and continue to mention people like Ed Piskor in this age of internet and what they call cancel culture, and people just saying things that are not true and uncalled for, and then the mob mentality where they just believe what someone says. And I think people who say things that are untrue should be held accountable. Okay, when you're out here saying stuff that's absolutely not true, and at the same time you're trying to hold people accountable for what they do or what they say, yet you're not willing to hold yourself accountable. Like, you know what, I was wrong. I said that, and it was wrong. You don't even have to, say the real reason why you called or said some untruth. You don't even have to say that, because it's one of a couple things. The reason why you would say some lies. It's one of a couple things. Nobody gives a shit, really. I know I don't. And you know what? I don't even care if this person apologizes, really, because even if they did, I guess I would feel somewhat, I don't know, different about the guy. Like, oh, the guy stood up, he is holding himself accountable, and he's a apologist. And I said something that wasn't true, and I shouldn't have, and I'm taking in, the responsibility for that statement, and I am retracting that statement because I said it with no grounds. I had no proof, right? I just was a jerk, all right? What more can you ask for? And how easy can it be to stand corrected? People, this is the weird thing. It's so much easier, at least for me, when I'm wrong about something, to be like, oh, damn, I'm sorry, man. I apologize because I didn't know any better. All right? A lot of people, they don't want to admit when they're wrong for some odd, strange, I'm not going to admit that I'm wrong because that'll make me look bad. You know what makes you look worse? Is when you you're wrong. Everybody knows you're wrong, but yet you're still sitting there trying to double down and commit to the lie. Come on, man. Nobody needs that shit. I know, least of all, a person who does that type of activity, man. I've done it when I was a kid. And as a grown man, it's like, it's a lot easier just to fess up and be like, I don't know, for example, uh, Columbus discovered America in 1493. You know, well, no, it was 1492. It was 1493. Damn it, I know it was. Nah, shut the fuck up and just admit, oh, my bad, I was wrong. You're right, absolutely. Come on, how difficult is that? And how liberating is that? You know, just to admit, oh, I was wrong. Right? And you know what? Thank you for correcting me because I was wrong. And to me, that's not a terrible thing to do, to admit when you're wrong. I think it's what a man does, right? It's what a woman does, you know, when they're wrong. It's and an adult does, all right, when they know that they were wrong, right? And does it is it just let me think of the word redemption? Well, it all depends, you know. I know it's redemption for the person who admits it and takes accountability because, listen, when I admitted to, you know, when I was a kid, right? When you're a kid, you want to look good to all the other kids, so you say a bunch of dumb stuff, you know. You say a bunch of dumb stuff, and of course, you know, you get called out at some point by smarter older kids, you know, and then at some point you have to admit, yo, yeah, I was bullshitting, you know, and everybody, you know how freeing and liberating that is, right? Yeah, actually, you know, my grandpa's not a millionaire, you know, that's not one I did, but that was one that one of the kids I grew up with had. And nobody was a millionaire in my neighborhood. Stop playing games. And but yo, I was convinced until he got called out by an older dude. This is kid stuff, right? And for adults to be on Twitter, you know, perpetuating this childlike attitude towards other people and their lives is goofy, right? That's what it is to me. It's goofy. It's Alex the Campy. You know what's worse about Alex the Campy and Ramon Villalobos is not you know how demonic their actions are, how fucking goofy they are, and how silly they look. You know, I mean, come on, that's just ridiculous to have that kind of behavior and shit as an adult. You know, oh, I want accountability. Man, you don't need no accountability from me, right? If I like people, like they just like I don't know, they're calling for everybody to. No, it's not. Why? What do they do to you? All right, I don't think you have a right to call out anybody. Okay, and Ramon talking about, oh, well, Jim Ruggie he has to account. He has to give it his thing, you know. And no, you know what? Okay, of course he did. With all the, you know, the garbage allegations that was being put out there, of course he did. But not to you, all right. And for you even calling for it was cringy as hell, considering I am absolutely positively certain that you can get called out for some shit too. Right? I know you can, man. You know you can too, man. Ain't nobody doing it because ain't anybody done it yet. But you know, there's no saying, man. I'm not religious either. They say, judge not, lest or least ye be judged, right? So, you know, if you're willing to get the plastic finger pointed at you, then go ahead and point that finger all over the place, man, because it ain't shit. It ain't shit, man. It ain't nothing but some plastic. Fucking plastic ass, phony finger pointing. Don't get me started, man, because you're gonna take me back to high school when I was, you know, saying the same thing about people like Ramon Villalobos and Alex DeCamp. And you know, I hate to keep on saying their names because they're not even worth talking about. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop giving the air, or you know, wasting air saying their names because the effort is too taxing, I guess, even for my lungs. So yeah, we'll cut that out, and talk about good stuff. Right now, here's the good news. Aforementioned female name, they can't be, did not win an Eisner Award this year. No, she did not. You know, the award went to my man, Ed Piskor. his lovely sister was able to attend and accept the award on his behalf. And people like me and people who just, want to rally behind her, her family, and her brother Ed in this victorious time. I know it's a sad time as well, but this is a victory, okay, for people like Ed, people like me, people like you, people who love comic books, people who make comic books, and people who want to read good comic books. All right, this is a victory, and I want to congratulate Ed Piskor. Congratulations, Ed. You deserve it. I think your hip hop family tree is excellent. It's an excellent depiction, not just visually but verbally, on the whole history of hip hop. It's what I remember growing up. It's what everybody remembers growing up. If you grew up with hip hop as a saving grace, like me and Ed did, then you will know that the hip hop family tree is deserving of that award. Although some people say that award, but you know what? That award means something more now, because people say, oh, they give that award to anybody these days, and you know what? That might be true. It might have been true, but now that Ed Piskor has won this award, um, it's no longer true. They don't just give this award to anybody. They give this award to people who are worthy of the award. And the time of just giving people a, the nomination or the award willy nilly, and you know what? That might be because during the times when they were doing that, there wasn't really a movement towards um, making better comics, and I think the industry becoming stagnant upon a certain particular is a good thing, because it pushed a button, it caused a ruckus, it caused people like your boy Zach to create new comic books. It pushed a button and it caused people like Eric July to do something about it. It pushed a button, and let it keep pushing that button, man. It can do nothing but arouse, I guess, change. Right? Change. And I'm not talking dollars and cents. I'm talking evolution. I'm talking um, not just evolution, but a a rolling, not necessarily a snowball, but it's kind of a musical instrument. It's called a sistrum. They have it in Egypt. They have it in India and in America and in Tibet. It's actually the same. It's a drum with two little bing, 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 and you just have to keep it going. Right? It's called the sistrum. It's it keeps things moving. All right. So I think, yeah. So that way, if things are moving, then they can't be stagnant. So I think the whole controversy was like, oh, they made crummy comic books. Well, you know what? What has that done? It's made a lot of people make good comic books. So, and I think what needs to happen next, now that what Ed has won this victory for independent comic creators, I think they're up next for the Eisner Award. And I think the Eisner Awards will begin to mean something again. Okay, so I have hopes. I may even have hope for the top two. I'm not sure about that because I'm just not. I can't. Really can't speak on that because I'm not in the position to. First of all, I don't know where they're going, where they're headed. I don't know what they're trying to do. I really don't. Um, I'm baffled at the state of modern main, what do you call it? Mainstream comics. Yeah, I'm really baffled at the state of it. I am totally in a spin, right? It got me going in circles. All right, so in honor of Piskor winning, this illustration is in honor of that, and I'd like to present it to his family if they will accept it. And in one hand, in this hand, I will have the omnibus. And in this hand, I will have the Eisner, which is pretty much a little block with looks like a Daily Planet globe on top, or something of the sort. I think it's about that big. Let me check my reference real quick. Okay, we'll put it like this, and like this. Okay, and I'll rest on his thumb there, and it's kind of like a podium looking, like this. And it's got a second tier and third tier. And it has a bottom plate. Okay, and let's try to work this out over here a little bit more like this, because he has stripes going on his tracksuit here, going up. And let's do the same over here. Alright, there we go. Now, break out the eraser. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for my unkempt fingernails. Yeah, I need a manicure, so what? Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I can afford. Yeah, I do have fingernail clippers. Unfortunately, they are dull, and I definitely need to invest in a new pair of clippers. So yeah, we will. If you guys are wondering, and you know, probably are, that's where it is, right? So let's move on from there, and then yeah, continue this piece dedicated to Mr. Piskor in honor of at Piskor Con, which I will be attending, as I aforementioned, this August 24th with Chad Bilio from Chadinamsterdam to commemorate, honor, and celebrate the life of Ed Piskor, and to congratulate him and his family on what I still believe a prestigious award, the Eisner Awards. I mean, if it has Will Eisner's name on it, I don't care who's on the committee, who they find, or if they have favorites, or, well, you know what, that doesn't dishonor the award, it dishonors the committee. And I think Ed Piskor winning this year is an honor, not only for Ed, not only for hip hop culture and hip hop family tree, but for the Eisner Awards committee as well. I think that if there's such a thing as redemption, then I think the Eisner Awards committee has, I don't want to say earned that for me, but shown that to me, as, because, you know, nobody owes me nothing, let alone the Eisner Awards. You know, if they want to suck, they suck. But this year, they honored the right man, the right person, the right person, and the right at the right time and at the right moment in cultural history, as far as American culture, comic book culture specifically is concerned, as well as American hip hop culture. So yeah, there's Eddie P.
Can you count, suckers? I say the future is ours. If you can count. and count. Can you count, suckers? Can you count, suckers?
Foul smell of the else. See, those know the status of one of the most baddest. Got my dish on unlock the block. Little hard head since the PS. Style the man is still cause my dish is too lit. So ease up, select the as I blow out and flow out. I select to get the dough. Select the as I blow out and flow out. I select to get the dough. See, those know the status of one of the most baddest. Got my dish on unlock the block. Little hard head since the PS. Now the man is still cause my dish is too lit. So ease up, select the as I blow out and flow out.